The family of 23-year-old Clara Benevides, who tragically died at Taylor Swift's concert in Brazil last week, has now denied reports that Taylor's team contacted them. Several American media outlets, including Us Weekly and Page Six, claimed Swift's representatives reached out to Clara's family after the tragedy at Taylor's direction, as she was said to be profoundly devastated herself. Both reports were published on Tuesday. But in an interview, Clara's cousin Clara Benevides disputed such contact occurred, bluntly stating it's fake when asked about it. Gabriela traveled to Rio de Janeiro over the weekend to help her uncle, Clara's father, arrange the return of her body to their hometown. According to Gabriela, who spoke to Clara's father directly, no call or expression of condolences was received from Taylor Swift's organization. This, despite Swift's public expressions of heartbreak across her social media in the aftermath of the tragedy. Meanwhile, Clara's family faced steep, unexpected costs in transporting her remains back to Mato Grosso do Sul, where she was buried on Tuesday morning in a private funeral service. With no tangible aid coming from Taylor Swift's team or even the concert production company behind her Brazil shows, a group of Swift's Brazilian fan clubs took it upon themselves to raise funds covering the transport expenses. The family themselves cited financial limitations to bringing Clara's body home, forced to turn to charitable fans after Taylor Swift's team left them unsupported in the painful aftermath, despite the star's emotional statements conveying her sadness. This situation further illuminates questions around sufficient safety measures and emergency protocols at Swift's concerts raised by the tragedy. It also reveals a troubling gap between Swift's attempts at public displays of grief and making direct contact or providing assistance to suddenly bereaved families impacted. The perceived gap between Swift's public grief and private inaction stirred intense discussion online. Many fans expressed dismay over her emotional social media statements, evidently not translating to direct aid for Clara's suddenly bereaved family. Some pointed to American outlets highlighting Swift's mourning as grossly misleading when tangible efforts to support relatives were lacking. Others noted her explanation for not addressing the tragedy on stage rang hollow when contact hadn't been made. Even comments evoking a fictional estranged funeral speech emerged, indicating Swift's posture of avoiding responsibility. The overarching sentiment tied Swift's conspicuous words to the contradictory reality of a grieving family left isolated in their loss, facing severe financial hurdles without celebrity intervention. However well-intentioned her social media reactions aimed to convey heartbreak, they seemingly fueled resentment when promises didn't yield action. Had Taylor Swift's representatives made good on her intentions to support the relatives in mourning? Perhaps they could have been spared the extra burdens of unexpected costs or feeling neglected following Clara's devastating passing. Yet, according to close family members, no outreach materialized, deepening the wounds of their loss. This complex situation continues unfolding with more questions than answers. As Clara's loved ones focus on grieving, scrutiny swirls over safety lapses, enabling tragedy to strike. What duty of care exists between a megastar and her most dedicated supporters? How can the gap between projection and reality spawn such turmoil? Let me know your thoughts on the ongoing fallout. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, as it helps tremendously with channel growth and recommendations. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.